Welcome to News in a Week. In the next 30 minutes, we'll bring to you the top news stories in the last 7 days. I'm Francesca Phiri-Banda. President Edgar Lungu and incarcerated United Party for National Development UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema this week finally agreed to broker peace. This is according to Commonwealth Secretary General Patricia Scotland, who held separate meetings with the two leaders. Now, the two leaders have committed themselves to the values and aspirations set out in the Commonwealth Charter in peace building. The Commonwealth Secretary General says the two leaders have committed themselves not to look backwards, but to promote peace and stability as they look forward to the future elections. The discussions between the Commonwealth Secretary General and the two leaders took place between the 7th and the 9th of August.
To the values and aspirations set out in the Commonwealth Charter, peace and harmony, particularly in this peace-building year of the Commonwealth, have agreed to a process of dialogue facilitated by and through the good offices of the Secretary-General, whereby a roadmap of reforms pursuant to Commonwealth principles of good practice, governance and the rule of law can be undertaken in preparation for the 2021 elections. This roadmap will be created through an inclusive, consultative process which will involve other political parties, civil society, church leaders and other stakeholders. Been very clear that I am not trying to in any way predetermine what the DPP will decide, and it would be improper to do so, because if we were to do so, we would be influencing or seeking to suborn the proper exercise of that discretion, which would in effect vitiate.
UPP President Xavier Chimba this week walked to freedom after spending 6 nights in police cells. Now, Mr. Chimba was facing charges of defaming the president. The Technical, Educational, Vocation and Entrepreneurship Training Authority, TVETA, has embarked on a countrywide inspection of all higher learning institutions registered under the regulatory body for quality and standards control. TVETA Director General David Chakonta says 52% of the total registered TVET institutions are of grade 3 standards, which is the lowest of the grades. He says that any institution that operates without a license and other institutions that do not meet the required standard will be fined and prosecuted.
The knowledge that is attained through education helps open doors to a lot of opportunities for better prospects in career growth. Because of this reason, the Technical, Educational, Vocation and Entrepreneurship Training Authority, TVETA, has embarked on a countrywide inspection of all higher learning institutions registered under the regulatory body for quality and standards control. TVETA Director General David Chakonta says the main focus is to inspect the statutory compliance of TVETA registered institutions.
Our national program is to look at compliance with the minimum standards for which they were registered for, because the law provides that we register someone who meets the minimum standards to provide technical education, vocational and entrepreneurship training to the public. And then by regulation, in order to enhance quality, we assign grade 3 quality standards, those that meet the minimum standards in terms of environment, in terms of the staff that they have for delivering a particular program. Now, through regulation, we also register above grade 3, grade 2 quality standard, meaning they have systems for providing training and that are above the minimum standard that we require. So it's recognized as significantly above the minimum standards, but again, not high enough to take them to grade 1 quality standards. As things stand, about 52% of our training institutions on our register are in grade 3, meaning that they are not the best that one would want, especially in relation to the industry requirements.
TVETA Director General David Chakonta says the main focus is to inspect the statutory compliance of TVETA registered institutions. Mr. Chakonta has further said that TVETA is closely working with the Zambia police to ensure that all institutions found wanting are prosecuted.
What we have done, we have begun an initiative to work actually with the Zambia Police Service so that at district level they are more present there and they can help follow up so that we do it professionally. Where someone is adamant, then we can go up to a point of prosecution.
The move by TVETA will provide a vital role in shaping tomorrow's leaders, increase in knowledge to actively achieve and meet challenges that can produce changes which are productive in attaining business innovations, political and economic objectives. Nathaniel Loa, Diamond TV News.
Courageousness. He doesn't shy away, regardless of who it may be. His is to get the truth. Openness. He believes in laying things bare. It's called transparency. Scrutiny. Every matter is analyzed for fact and accuracy, placing you under the microscope. Toughness. It's not an easy affair. One has to be prepared for this encounter. Aggressiveness. He doesn't take no for an answer. At all costs, he will get the answers. He asks the questions that they don't want to answer. They don't need to like the question, but you deserve the answers. Get the difference between being informed and being well informed. Costa every Sunday at 19 hours. Only on Diamond TV. Television reinvented.
After government announced that the Lusaka City Council was making losses of up to 50,000 kwacha after the Lusaka City Market was gutted, the market manager Mwenya Matafwali says the market is now making progress in revenue collection. Mr. Matafwali says the market is now collecting 40,000 kwacha after traders reconvened around the premises of the gutted market.
It's almost a month since half of Lusaka City Market got banned. But the story is still fresh because the rebuilding has not yet started. But the traders who were affected have taken up various options of sustaining themselves resolve their plight. While others have moved to other trading places, the majority have positioned themselves at various points outside their market where they have continued to sell their products. City Market Manager Mwenya Matafwali says the market management went through a rough time when the market caught fire.
After the market was gutted, revenue collection tremendously went down, so much so that I don't think it was possible even for the workers to draw their salaries. As you may like to know, we already have a deficit of 1 month where workers haven't been paid their salaries. But nevertheless, things have changed tremendously. We are heading in the positive direction and we are correcting enough. At the moment, I think we have hit something like 40,000 per day. I think which will sustain the workers, because usually what has happened is the public at large, even the people around, they just look at the people who affected, those who are running the stores in the market. We're forgetting that even the workers at City Market were affected.
The traders selling at the entrance of the Band City Market building have their own story to tell.
Vintu vose muonecheka mashini mwamene kana kukumukira ukukachosa chemumuli manya nishivizangala bwanji kuti nentavi zonse nikulongeza so kwabwera na mundu olinongesira ngati ndiye amene kuti akagwire kugwireko azakagwiragwira kazimbike nango futi kafa.
The government had estimated that it would take 6 weeks to repair the band structure, but whether this will be realized, nobody knows. Victoria Kayeye, Diamond News.
Government intends to establish public health schools in all the 10 provinces to enhance public health service delivery to the communities. This follows the launch of a revised public health nursing curriculum. Minister of Health Dr. Chilufya says the launch of the public health nursing curriculum is vital in promoting universal health coverage.
A nurse is a critical stakeholder in the health of a country. It is for this reason that the General Nursing Council of Zambia, under the Ministry of Health, has launched the nursing curriculum in order to enhance midwifery and nursing services in the community through innovation.
Nurses are the most trusted healthcare professionals. They are with patients throughout the continuum of life. Nurses are teachers, advocates, caregivers, critical thinkers, and innovators. Public health plays an important role in disease prevention in developing countries through local health systems and non-governmental organizations. General Nursing Council President Dr. Lonya Mwape says the launch of the curriculum is vital in promoting public health.
General Nursing Council, being a regulatory authority, is charged with the responsibility to regulate professional conduct, education and practice of nurses and midwives in Zambia. And so we are looking forward to playing a pivotal role in regulating the training of public health nurses as soon as you launch their curriculum.
CDC Deputy Director Christy Mekas says strengthening the capacity of nurses is key to the health sector as they are the first line of contact with patients.
Strengthening the quality and the capacity of nursing and increasing the number of highly skilled nurses is key in the workforce development for Zambia's health sector. As many of you know, you wouldn't be here if you didn't believe this, nurses are such a backbone of the health sector. Nurses play an essential role in the health system, and they're usually the first line of patient interaction.
Health Minister Dr. Chilufya has commended the re-establishment of the public health nursing curriculum as a vital tool in enhancing community-based health care.
This is the importance of this strategic direction of enhancing primary health care. That's why we shall say repeatedly, and I shall say again, our focus should be strengthening health systems that will assure universal health coverage. And our approach will be the primary health care approach. Today is such a significant day because we make a clear statement of intent to strengthen primary health care.
Dr. Chilufya says all the 10 provinces will have public health schools starting with a maximum of 500 students effective next year and 5,000 by 2021. The Ministry of Health has donated a vehicle to the General Nursing Council of Zambia to enhance their service delivery. Nelly Banda, Damo News.
Still in health, last week, University Teaching Hospital Senior Medical Superintendent Clarence Chiluba says the hospital is now ready to undertake kidney transplant before the end of the year. Dr. Chiluba says that all the resources and medical personnel required are all in place, and so far 4 patients will be operated on. He was speaking during a tour of the University Teaching Hospital by Lesotho Ministry of Health Director General Nyeme Letsi.
Diabetes is a lifelong condition that causes a person's blood sugar levels to become high. Diabetes mellitus, commonly referred to as diabetes, is a group of metabolic disorders in which there are high levels of sugar over a prolonged period of time. There are 2 types of kidney failure: chronic and acute kidney failure. Acute kidney failure, which is reversible, is usually caused by sudden occurrences such as accidents, poisoning, and diseases such as malaria. Chronic kidney failure, which is a result of permanent damage to the kidney, is caused by factors such as hypertensiveness and diabetes. Chronic diabetes requires the patient to undertake dialysis to clean up their system. Symptoms of high blood sugar include frequent urination, increased thirst, and increased hunger. If left untreated, diabetes can cause acute and chronic complications. Lesotho Ministry of Health Director General Nyeme Letsi toured the UTH renal unit to find out how patients on dialysis are doing.
It's very interesting how the capacity here has been planned. You know, we have specialized doctors, nurses for the work that they are doing. And as you see, the infection control is at its highest level. This is very clean, and the patients are calm. The machines are up and running. They are new, they are well maintained, So the system is functioning very well. So coming here is because what they do is affordable to the region and they can be implicated very easily in Lesotho. So
University Teaching Hospital Senior Medical Superintendent Dr. Clarence Chiluba says Zambia is ready to start kidney transplants before the end of this year as a second option from the dialysis machine.
We are planning actually by the end of this year, we will do renal transplants because we have created a conducive platform for us to move forward. We have about 21 patients who are accessing the service who have received renal transplant from India, South Africa, and some of them from United Kingdom. And we are managing them within the region, within here at UTH. So we are moving a step further. We've got the capacity now to do renal transplant, and we are just waiting for the appropriate time, and we have given ourselves by the end of this year we should be able to do 4 renal transplants.
Nephrologist Charles Mtemba says everything is in place to undertake the transplant.
Has been done by actually various teams, including a team that came from Birmingham, UK. And the assessment of the nurses, those are the doctors who put people to sleep. And the assessment of the equipment available in the country, and also investigative equipment also. So the assessment was very, very positive. Yes, compared to other countries where this program is being done, Zambia was ranked among the top ones. So in terms of readiness, from the surgical point of view, from the theatre, anesthetist, and the medication, I think at the moment we can say confidently that we are ready.
Currently, the University Teaching Hospital has 100 patients on the dialysis machine. 60 are chronic patients, while about 40 are acute patients.
So currently in the country, we have 44 dialysis machines. With 1 at UTH, 4 at Minnesota, 7 in Livingstone, 7 in Ndola, and 5 in Kenya. We are bringing in 5 more machines. 5 for Chipata, 5 for Mansa, 5 for Kasama, and 5 for Solwezi, and 5 again for UTH. Now we have 60 patients that are chronic, that are dependent fully on the machine. And we have 7 patients per week, which is about 28 patients per month that we receive who need temporary dialysis and then they go back home.
A kidney transplant is often the treatment of choice for kidney failure compared to a lifetime on dialysis. Nelly Banda, Diamond News.
Hi, I'm Bob. And I'm Box. And we are from Curious Pop. You can get to watch us every day from 10 to 11 and from 16 to 17. Only on Diamond TV. Television reinvented. Yeah.
Last week, the Energy Regulation Board reduced both retail and wholesale fuel prices. The retail pump price for fuel was reduced from 12 kwacha 50 ngwe to 11 kwacha 67 ngwe, while diesel pump price was reduced from 10 kwacha 72 ngwe to 9 kwacha 87 ngwe, and kerosene was reduced from 6 kwacha 81 ngwe to 5 kwacha 50 ngwe. The gradual oil price reductions are what have necessitated fuel pump price reductions.
Last year, a decision to remove subsidies for reasons based on economic viability provoked mixed feelings among the general public because the pump price of fuel increased. Since then, the general public has been eagerly waiting for a reduction of fuel prices following recent positive economic indicators. To the relief of the transport sector, the Energy Regulation Board has announced a fuel pump price reductions for both wholesale and retail. Board Chairperson Raymond Pundu has attributed the reduction to steady performance of the kwacha and reduction of oil prices on the international market.
The price of petrol is going to reduce from 12 kwacha 50 ngwe to 11 kwacha 67 ngwe. So the reduction is by 83 ngwe. In percentage terms, it's a reduction by 6.64%. For diesel, the price is going to reduce from 10 kwacha 72 ngwe to 9 kwacha 87 ngwe, which is a reduction by 85 ngwe. In percentage terms, the price would have reduced by 7 kwacha 93 ngwe. For kerosene, the price has reduced from 6 kwacha 81 ngwe to 6 kwacha 15 ngwe, yielding a reduction of 31 ngwe. In percentage terms, the price would have reduced by 4.55%. For LSG, the current price is 13 kwacha 1 ngwe. The price will reduce to 12 kwacha 16 ngwe, which is a reduction by 85 ngwe. In percentage terms, the price would have reduced by 6.53%.
The directly affected parties have expressed joy, nonchalancy, and have also called on government to reduce the pump price further.
Fuel if my drivers tankala kondwela but tikali kufuna futi babwezeko ibwelele pochabe bweleleko che pansi pangono olekwereko chena ngupateni apo nshi fedzankala bokondwa na ife malifti yatu ayamuzi ba ma tikashinga so na ife kuti chosemo kamuka kolentinga manyumba tesere bana kuma skulu so tipezeka titirepe
stinga ambe kubweza mitengo because still we short wazaikira food because the same way here are big people but the ones who were saying no it is expensive to bring fuel here that's why wanaikira mitengo my own so waikira mitengo what has necessitated the reduction of the price. So as for us, we cannot even say no, we are happy. 80 ngwe is not, it's a small reduction. We would like fuel to come down maybe to 7 kwacha or 8 kwacha, then there we can be happy.
As fuel plays a significant multi-sectoral role in most economic activities, it is common expectation that this decision will have ripple effects such as reduced transport costs and other commodity prices. Diamond TV News, Wenson Mavor.
Labour Minister Joyce Nonde-Simkoko says she will not sit back and see illegality taking place in the country, but she will stand up and defend the law. Mrs. Simkoko says there is nothing wrong for her to threaten someone who's broken the law. She was responding to accusations from some Labour union leaders that alleged that the minister sided with the Pick and Pay management when the workers of that company went on a strike last month. Now, the minister says as an experienced former Labour movement leader, she's seen people lose their jobs as a result of going on illegal strike. Hence, her move to threaten the workers was to save their jobs. Mrs. Simkoko has appealed to the workers in the country to familiarize themselves with the law and ensure that they understand the procedure of going on a legal strike.
Nothing wrong in threatening them when they break the law. They broke the law. If I didn't plead with their management not to fire them, they would have fired them. I had to plead with the general manager not to do that. The law is clear. When you are not happy, you are supposed to follow the procedure as enshrined in the law. I was just driving around and I'm told by somebody that the workers at Pick and Pay are on strike. And as I was passing by, I saw them outside. And I went there. I told them, go back. I saved their jobs. They would have been fired. So those who are talking, we are talking out of ignorance, because they don't know the repercussions. As a general secretary of Zofiao, I saw 500 bankers fired.
The FAS Superleague defending champions Zanaco failed to reduce the point difference with leaders Zesco United to 5 points after failing to beat the Green Eagles in early kickoff played at National Heroes Stadium. Zanaco were heading into this game at the back of 2 consecutive draws, while their opponents Green Eagles were searching for the second straight win. Ernest Mbewa scored for the home team, while Mwila Phiri was on hand to give his side a point. During the first round, Green Eagles beat Zanaco 2-1 at the Independence Stadium in Choma. The result takes Zanaco to 7th from 8th, while Eagles remain on 13th. The other week 21 fixture played at the same venue, so Lusaka Dynamos draw 1-1 with Nkwazi. The two teams draw 1-1 also drew 1-1 during the first meeting. Now, the visitors scored first on minute 54 through Zambia international Justin Shonga, but Chris Magalu restored parity 4 minutes later. The Lusaka Dynamos coach Patrick Phiri is, however, disappointed with his team's failure to use the home ground advantage.
It's a result which has not made us happy because we drew the last 3 matches. Although the last 3 withdrawals, we were playing away from home. Today we're looking forward to a win. So we're very disappointed that we failed to win at home. So in the next game we play away from home. So we need the confidence so that we can go and play well when we play away from home. It's not going wrong. It's something that, as you saw, we've acquired quite a number of high profile players. And these players need to gel because they're very good, but together they can't play well. So if we to overcome this problem, I'm sure we'll be on track again.
And Nkwazi coach Albert Mpande is happy with his team's performance against Lusaka Dynamos.
I think we played according to the plan. We took the game to our hands today because we planned for Lusaka Dynamos. We planned for their weaknesses. I think today they went. We didn't give them to play. That's why I think this was our playing today. We took the game. This part of just scoring first and then we considered it. I think that was a lack of concentration, especially at the back.
We now get to the trending stories in the last 7 days on our Facebook page, and we start with the first one, which is the Hakainde Hichilema and Edgar Lungu ready to dialogue. So this story did receive a lot of hits on our Facebook page, and some of the comments are Precious says, finally some good news. All right, Otis Dashta says good news, and Hans Angel says wonderful. We have some more comments from Elias Siambila, who says that is the spirit going forward. The dialogue on the 2016 elections. Thumbs up, guys. All right. Some progressive news, finally. Those are some of the comments from that story. Another story that received a lot of hits on our page was the story of Holy Books land youth in jail. So now a 22-year-old man of Lusaka's Mississippi compound who stole Bibles valued at 479 kwacha in Pick and Pay has been jailed 12 months by the Lusaka Magistrate Courts. Let's just have a look at some of the comments that came from that story. Enoch Silingwe says, why not offer him community service sentence for 2 months or sweep any government agencies? And Marvin Kwendanayesu says, stealing is bad and punishable regardless of what you steal. It's sin even if you steal the Bible or Holy Communion, etc. Correctional action must be applied in order to help the offender repent. That's it. That's all we had for News in a Week. Remember, we'll be back next week at the same time. Keep it locked on Diamond TV, television reinvented.